Hey, what's up, guys? Tornadoes on the ground. And we're here to keep an eye on these things as they are just now starting to form in northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, and southern Tennessee. That would be south of Nashville. Hopefully it stays south of Nashville. Clarksville, straight north. Got some storms in the area, rain, but tornadoes in southern Tennessee and northern Alabama. It looks like right now. Tornado was confirmed on the ground, moving to the east about 30 miles an hour, east northeast, headed towards Muscle Shoals. So if you're in the Muscle Shoals area, interior room with no glass, basement if you have one. These storms are tornadic and quite possibly have large hail, and they are just now starting to get really juiced. And they could be like this after dark. Could be like this into the late evening hours. In fact, I think there's tornado watches in this area until 10 o'clock tonight, local time. So for another 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours in some cases. You can see the wide angle view here. This is the radar we're at right now in northwestern Alabama. And there's heavy rain, tornadic storms. In fact, this storm right here headed towards Tuscaloosa and Muscle Shoals, had rotation. See how if it's still got rotation. I think it did just a minute ago, right before I went live. You could see clear rotation. Oh yeah, see where the red meets the green? That's wind going in opposite directions. You don't see it like that anywhere else other than where that tornado signature is at, and that means rotation. In fact, rotation in a fairly big way. That could be a wedge tornado right there. Very large, wide tornado. So we'll have to wait and see. But if you're in the area of Tuscaloosa, Muscle Shoals, Cherokee's actually on the north edge of this storm system. And that's Cherokee, Alabama. I would take shelter if you're in that area. Severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning. Thunderstorm warning expires in 9 minutes. Tornado warning expires also in 9 minutes, but that energy is moving to the east at a very rapid pace, about 30 miles an hour, and they'll probably just extend these warning areas over into Muscle Shoals, Layton, Town Creek might be in the edge of this very strong storm. Florence, starting to feel it right now. Tornadic activity. Seeing it up here in the Lawrenceburg area of Tennessee. This is from the National Weather Service. This one expires in 8 minutes, and they'll probably just extend it to the east-northeast. And it's south of Nashville, south of Clarksville. Those are the two larger areas to the north. This is down in southern Tennessee. Tornado warning. We'll read the details from the National Weather Service out of Nashville, Tennessee. Tornado warning remains in effect for northeastern Lawrence and northwestern Giles County at 5:38 p.m. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Lawrenceburg, moving east at 45 miles an hour. Tornado was the hazard. Radar indicated rotation. This one up here in Tennessee was not spotted. It was spotted on radar by the National Weather Service. Flying debris to those that are caught out in the storm. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas, moving through northwestern Giles County and Lawrenceburg. And they're advising people to take cover now if you're in those areas. See if there's any hail. 3/4 inch size hail associated with that storm there in southern Tennessee. Now we've got another tornado warning. This is a new one. Looks like it's just been issued. Expires in 7 minutes. There's two here now. There was one. So there must have been another tornado spotted, or it was picked up on radar by the National Weather Service. See what this says. National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama. tornado warning until 6 p.m. It's like another 7 minutes. A large and extremely dangerous tornado. That's what I thought. That thing had a huge signature. A large and extremely dangerous. I'm reading what the National Weather Service is saying. At 5:34 p.m., a large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over Tishomingo or near Tishomingo State Park, moving east at 40 miles per hour. This is a PDS. Oh my. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. That's coming from the guys and gals at the National Weather Service. Damaging tornado. Radar indicated rotation and very wide the impact. You are in a life-threatening situation, flying debris. Take cover immediately. Locations include Cherokee, Red Rock, Malone, Posey Loop, Minot, Mount Hester, Srigley, Church, New Bethel, Crooked Oak, Islesboro, and Maud. To repeat, a large and extremely dangerous and potentially life-threatening tornado has been spotted. Take cover now. Heavy rainfall, high winds, hail 1.25 inches. Wow, that's a big system right there, and it looked like it. Unbelievable. And that's moving east, northeast, right towards Muscle Shoals, Sheffield. If they extend this, and it depends on how long this thing stays on the ground. Oh my. Boy, these came on quick. You're looking at 17 miles or less from Muscle Shoals, moving at 30 miles an hour. It's going to be there in less than 15 minutes. And it could very easily stay on the ground that long. I've seen a tornado that was on the ground for 17 miles years ago. Actually followed it for a while. Followed it for about 6 miles. And it was on the ground for 17. So this one could do the same. They're very capable of staying on the ground longer than that. And this thing looked like a very wide tornado. And that's what the National Weather Service is telling us. A large, dangerous tornado on the ground headed towards Muscle Shoals, Tuscaloosa, just south of Cherokee. And all of this energy right now is in northwestern Alabama, moving in the general direction of Huntsville, Alabama. Muscle Shoals is in the immediate path, basically. If they extend this, which I'm sure they probably will, because that energy does not look like it's going away. And in fact, it's intensifying. These are big, tall storms, too. 50,000, 60,000 footers, so they could easily have large hail. Yeah, you're seeing some intake right there. Right here on the back side. Looks like some air intrusion. So it's pulling air up into it from, looks like, multiple vantage points. That is a big tornado, guys. Holy smoke, that's a big one. Well, what are we looking for here? Super res with width. Oh yeah, that's a large tornado. Take cover, guys, if you're in this area. No joke. That's the real deal right there. You want to take cover if you're in Tuscaloosa, Muscle Shoals, Sheffield. That's a big tornado. No doubt about it. Take shelter. That's coming from the National Weather Service. I had a question. Is it near Fort Rucker? Let me take a look. That's from Lombardi.
Here's what I found.
We are in northwestern Alabama, northeastern Tennessee, or southern Tennessee, southeastern Tennessee, and northeastern Mississippi. All of this energy all of a sudden got highly energized and started producing tornadoes or tornado warnings, and there have been multiple tornadoes down here in northwestern Alabama. And right now, the energy is not anywhere near Fort Rucker. I had somebody ask me a question. It's located in northern Alabama, moving east towards Muscle Shoals, Tuscaloosa. There's been a large tornado on the ground right in this area here. Show you where we're at again. Northwestern Alabama. Tornado warning in southern Tennessee, which would be south and east of Nashville. And they've also issued a flash flood warning right there in that area for the next hour and 15 minutes. So rainfall rates must be of 2 or 3 inch per hour rates. This here is a large wedge tornado on the ground. It looks like to me it's still on the ground, headed right towards Muscle Shoals, or in that general vicinity. If you're in that area, you need to seek shelter. Find an interior room with no glass, or a basement would be absolutely perfect during this very strong storm. And there's another one back here brewing. Tishomingo, big time storm in that area. Paden, right in here. And this would be over in, I think that's in Mississippi. See, it's right on that state line between Alabama and Mississippi. And that's a big, tall storm right there. Wow, those things got strong really quick. We should be seeing an update here soon. In fact, any second from the National Weather Service. They may extend the tornado warning over into Muscle Shoals. I'm assuming they probably will. It looks like the tornado is still on the ground. Big heads up, Muscle Shoals. That's Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Right in there. Northern Alabama, Tuscaloosa. All of this energy is headed east, northeast into Tennessee, far northeastern Alabama, North Georgia. Right now we're just going to focus on this area because there was a tornado on the ground. I don't know if it's still on the ground. Kind of looks like to me it is, but we'll wait and see. That's a very strong storm. Holy cow, there's another one behind it. We're in northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, southern Tennessee, and this energy's moving to the east, northeast. It's going to go through east central Tennessee, up into more than likely eastern Virginia, maybe parts of eastern North Carolina, definitely into northwestern Georgia. All right, what'd they do with the tornado warning here? They've moved it a little. They're still keeping it concentrated over this area here, and that definitely has a, wow, that's got a wedge personality to it. That looks like a big storm. A large and extremely tornado was located near Cherokee, or 13 miles west of Tuscaloosa, moving east at 35 miles an hour. They're classifying this as a PDS, a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover immediately. Damaging tornado. Unbelievable. Take immediate precautions. This is a tornado, and they're considering this a extremely large tornado. That's in this area right here of Tuscaloosa, Muscle Shoals, south of Cherokee. That would be about 13 miles. Is that what that is? 13 miles south of Cherokee? Yeah, right around there. Tuscaloosa, Muscle Shoals. Let me go back and check the super res. Yeah, there's definitely a rotation there. There's no doubt about it. No doubt. I'm just looking at the tornado signatures on here. Can't really, yeah, you can tell right there. It's got some activity. 50,000 footers. Severe thunderstorm warnings back in Mississippi, and this energy is moving east, northeast, up into Alabama, Tennessee, and the Lawrenceburg area of Tennessee. South of Nashville for now, but that could change as we move forward. But right now, Nashville is not seeing anything extreme. Tornado warning still in northern Alabama, headed towards Muscle Shoals, Tuscaloosa, and honestly, it looks like this storm is intensifying. That's the way I see it on this radar. This storm is definitely not weakening, let's put it that way. If nothing else, it's staying the same. I see an intake right there. Remember, tornadoes pull up, hurricanes push down. So this one's pulling up. And there's more than likely debris there in that area that's rotating around the top of that storm cloud. It's a tornado. There's a tornado in there, or at least there was. And they've got this thing on the ground, moving east-northeast at 39 knots, a little over 30 miles per hour. They did extend it. There's your new update. And it does include Muscle Shoals. Look at that. Large area. Now we've got 1, 2. This is a large tornado warning that expires in 40 minutes. Let's read the update from the National Weather Service. Out of Huntsville, Alabama, issued a tornado warning for southeastern Colbert County, northwestern Alabama, northwestern Lawrence County in northwestern Alabama at until 6:45 p.m. At 6:02 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 9 miles west of Littleville or 10 miles southwest of Tuscaloosa, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Tornado and half-dollar size hail. Flying debris, take cover now. And that's coming from the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama. And you can see the area. They did extend it, which does include Muscle Shoals, Tuscaloosa, Layton, Town Creek. So there was a tornado on the ground back in this area. That would be southwest of Tuscaloosa, and it's now moving east-northeast at a pretty good clip, 30, 40 miles an hour. That's a large tornado warning right there across northern Alabama, northwestern Alabama, and this energy is really starting to crank up really quick. I mean, it came on fast. I've been watching these storms just for the last hour or so, and they were simple storms, just rain. And then all of a sudden, here come the tornado warnings. Look at all these tracks now. Look at these storm tracks. That just updated. Holy cow, that's a lot. Oh, look for more of these tornadoes, guys, on the Mississippi-Alabama state line and northern Alabama particularly, and southeastern Tennessee. That is some very strong thunderstorm activity through there. And they're keeping these things on the ground for a long period of time. In some cases, 45 minutes to an hour, maintaining their strength, moving east at, in some cases, 45 miles per hour. I guess that's the only good thing about them, is they are moving fairly quickly. So if they do have big rain rates, say 2-3 inches per hour, they're not going to be around very long. So you may get a downpour. Look at that, how that one there just popped up. That one there just popped up. Look at the storm tracks extending for miles. That one's moving east-northeast at 57 knots. Woo! Those things are smoking. Let's see how big that one is. Hold on just a second. Good grief. 60 miles. Wow. Tornado warning, northwestern Alabama. Large tornado at one time, and there could be more behind it. Tishomingo, that would be over in Mississippi, and that energy is moving into Alabama. Muscle Shoals is right in the middle of it right now. Getting some high winds, more than likely hail. It's difficult to tell if there's rotation in that one. I know there was rotation in this storm, and it's definitely in the midst of a tornado warning right now as we do this video. They're getting some very heavy rain, some high winds. These storms are 50,000 foot tall, so the possibility of even golf ball, baseball size hail is very, very real. Oh my. Take cover, guys. Muscle Shoals, Layton. We're in North Alabama. And the storms are coming in from the west at a high rate of speed, and they are really cranking up. Look at that. They're getting a lot of energy over in Mississippi and moving into Alabama. It's going to be an active evening for the next few hours, more than likely. It can be like this well into the evening hours after dark. We've got now 1, 2, 3, 4 severe thunderstorm warnings, and I'm pretty certain the next update will include several more from the looks of this. What an incredibly busy radar. Muscle Shoals is in the middle of a car wash right now. It's raining sideways. It is definitely coming down sideways. Muscle Shoals, Tuscaloosa. And that's an interesting looking storm right there. Just south of Tuscaloosa. That one right there. Right in the middle of that tornado warning. That's the storm that had the rotation. Looks like to me it's got it again. Probably see an update in that tornado warning lasts for another 34 minutes. And that includes a storm right there that looks like it's got rotation. I think this one back here expires in 4 minutes. Don't be surprised if that one doesn't get extended. So Muscle Shoals and Tuscaloosa could be in 2 separate tornado warnings. And this can go on for the next 20 minutes or so. So if you're in a safe spot, just stay there. There's no point in coming out right now. But these storms are going to continue. Here's a big tall one back here north of Belmont. This is in Mississippi. That's a 60,000 foot storm. Unreal. So be ready to take shelter if you're in Huntsville, Decatur, Athens, Alabama, Rogersville, all of these areas in through here. Severe thunderstorms rolling in. And they're moving pretty quickly. Muscle Shoals is right in the middle of it right now in northern Alabama. And this energy is moving towards Tennessee. Looks like maybe far eastern Virginia later on this evening. Chattanooga. Probably be in the Chattanooga area within the next 90 minutes or less. Muscle Shoals right now is in a tornado warning along with Tuscaloosa, Town Creek, Layton, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one here that's about to expire in 2 minutes is not extended. That will probably be extended. So this one you have here is more than likely going to overlap the one that we have here that lasts for another 30 minutes. That is a significant thunderstorm. All right, they just updated the tracks, and they're getting so long they look like spaghetti across the screen. Look at that. So we've got more storm tracks. Get a load of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Nearly 20. 21. Wow, it's going to be a busy night. Northern Alabama, north central Alabama, northeastern Mississippi, southern Tennessee, most of southern Tennessee, at least west central, and then including east central later on this evening. But right now we're focused on northern Alabama, where there's a double tornado warning currently in effect from the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama, including the communities of Muscle Shoals, Tuscaloosa, Layton, Town Creek. And I would say that this second tornado warning will more than likely be extended to overlap into the Muscle Shoals, Tuscaloosa area, probably including Florence. But we'll have to wait and see. That'll be updated in probably 60 seconds. Big storms. This one expires in actually less than 1 minute. That showed, in fact, it's about to update right now. Be interesting to see what they do with that, because that storm looked like it still has potential for a tornado. If anything, it looks like to me it's strengthened, but we'll have to wait and see. This one here lasts for another 29 minutes. This one just expired. We'll see if they move it. All of this is updated by the National Weather Service every 3 minutes. They just updated the severe thunderstorm warnings back here in Mississippi. All of this is moving into Alabama. We'll move up into Tennessee, parts of northwest Georgia. Ooh, that storm there, just look at that. That's over 60,000 foot. Look at that right there. 60,000. Unbelievable. See, they're getting stronger. They're not necessarily in all cases getting weaker. That just is strengthened exponentially right there. Unreal. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with this tornado warning. Looks like to me they're going to move it towards the Tuscaloosa, Muscle Shoals, Florence area. But we'll have to wait and see. The storm track here is up until 5:09 for an hour. This one here, and it will probably intensify as it moves to the east-northeast at 55 knots. Just incredible how these storms just really reached way up into the atmosphere. Tornado warning for another 29 minutes. The one we've been watching, the one back here to the west, expired. It has not been extended, which is a good thing. Looked like to me it had a chance to, but it's probably just now part of this tornado warning here, as the energy is pretty close to where we're at here, south of Tuscaloosa, Muscle Shoals, and Layton. This storm back here just really went up to the stratosphere. Not literally, but it's tall. It's over 60,000. Severe thunderstorms approaching Red Bay, and that would be just across the state line between Mississippi and Alabama. Severe thunderstorms. Let's see what the National Weather Service is saying about these. At 6:12 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Sandy Springs, 8 miles north of Fulton, moving east at 45 miles an hour, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. Tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. for northeastern Mississippi, and I think that includes northwestern Alabama and southern Tennessee. This entire area we see right here that's seeing the bulk of these severe thunderstorms, tornado watch until 10 o'clock tonight. Another, 4 hours in that area? And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe more than that. Next time it updates, there'll probably be new ones. Let's look and see what this is doing as far as tornadic activity goes. Oh yeah, north of Littleville. Watch, right there. That's rotation. Big time rotation. That's a big storm. North of Littleville, Alabama. Holy cow. That's a big storm, guys. Yes, sirree, right there above North Littleville. That looks like a classic tornado right there, north of Littleville, Alabama, northwest Alabama. In fact, it just went past Littleville. Hopefully that's in a rural area. That's a big storm. Muscle Shoals is in a slight reprieve, and then there's another storm coming. Be there in 5 minutes. 50, 60,000 foot storms reaching way up into the atmosphere. Tornadoes pull energy up. Hurricanes push down. And these are definitely pulling up in some cases. That's why we have a tornado warning here for another 25 minutes. Issued by the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama. These storms have very long tracks moving across, in some cases, most of northwestern Alabama. You can see how long they are. Long duration storm tracks. Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Pulaski, Tennessee. That looks like a flash flood. That's a flash flood warning. Rain must be coming down there in buckets. 5:51 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Rain up to 2 inches have already fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin in Marshall County, Lawrence County, Maury County, and northern Giles County. Small creeks, urban areas, highways, underpasses, and low-lying areas. Flooding includes Lewisburg, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, Cornersville, Etheridge, Linville, Farmington, and Colloquia. Heavy rain associated with those storms right there, coming down at probably 2 to 3 inch per hour rates, if not more. High winds, large hail, quite possibly even straight line winds right in this area here. I would say at the very least, those are straight line winds. At the very least, if not tornadic. I mean, there's a tornado warning issued for that area, but it's difficult to tell. North of Littleton, yeah, that looked like a classic tornado signature because you had wind directions going in opposite directions at high rates of speed. So that's going to create rotation. It looks like a tornado was in Tishomingo, Mississippi. Pretty sure there was one on the ground, if not multiples. Big storms, guys. So you need to pay attention to the weather and the radar. Tornado on the ground, or was on the ground right over here. And that's this storm system you're seeing right here produced a tornado that's moving into Alabama. Tornado was right in here. It's clear now, but earlier there was a tornado in Tishomingo right there. That energy is moving into Alabama right now as we do this video. There's already a tornado warning now near Muscle Shoals, Tuscaloosa, north of Littleville. I'm 99% sure there was a tornado, at least on radar, north of Littleville. Whether it touched the ground or not, I don't know. But there was a signature of a tornado. In fact, a large tornado north of Littleville. And hopefully it stayed in the sky. But the signature definitely qualified for tornado. Absolutely. Absolutely did. This energy here is moving towards North Cortland, right in this area here, at a very fast pace. So these storms, when they're coming your direction, they're moving very quickly towards you, but they're moving also very quickly away from you to your neighboring communities. But the thing of it is, they're rapidly intensifying off to the west, moving to the east. So it's just one storm after another after another. It's not like a classic line of thunderstorms, or, you know, a thunderstorm squall and then it's out of the area. These are like training through the area. It's one after another after another. And they're intensifying right on the Alabama-Mississippi state line, or in that area, and up into southern Tennessee, south of Murfreesboro, Tullahoma, south of Nashville. In fact, there's a warning up near Nashville. Flash flood warning expires in an hour and 21 minutes. We'll go up and check on Nashville here in a moment. But this one here, this tornado, these rural areas out in here. Hopefully, at least I'm not seeing any towns right there, but you know there's farms out in here. If that's not up in the air, if it's on the ground, then that's producing a lot of damage right there. More than likely. Hopefully not. Hopefully it stayed up in the sky. Let's see what it's doing right now real quick. Yeah, right there. Headed right towards Layton. If you're in this area here, Layton, Alabama. Probably be a good idea to find an interior room with no glass. Right in here, Layton, Alabama. New tornado warning just issued by the National Weather Service. Expires in 20 minutes. Huntsville, Alabama. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for northern Franklin County and northwest Alabama until 6:45 p.m. local time. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles northeast of Red Bay, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Tornado and quarter-size hail. Take cover now. And that's from the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama. This tornado warning expires in 20 minutes. And that's that energy that already produced a tornado over here in Tishomingo, Mississippi. And it's moving to the east, and it looks like it's coming in for round 2, quite possibly round 3 when it moves into north central Alabama. That's where we're headed. Right now it's all north of Coleman, but Coleman's no stranger to tornadoes. We all know that. This whole area is familiar with tornadoes. These guys have been through them before, and it looks like there could be a good chance there's more today. I know there was one over here in Tishomingo, Mississippi. A tornado was on the ground. I don't know exactly what it did, but I know there was a tornado on the ground in Tishomingo. Russellville. Big heads up. Strong system coming your way. That would be Russellville, Alabama. Town Creek. Oh boy. Town Creek. Anybody in Town Creek? You find a basement interior room with the quickness. That is a big, powerful storm right there. Town Creek, Alabama. North Cortland, Alabama. Layton, Alabama. Muscle Shoals is in it again, but not necessarily tornadic. This is tornadic right here, guys. Town Creek, Alabama. Hello. That's a big, strong storm headed your way. Town Creek. We don't normally do live streams for thunderstorms, but we will for tornadoes, and there's tornadoes happening right now. Town Creek, Alabama. Big, tall storm moving your way. Just respect it and get out of the way. That's all you got to do. Find a safe place in your home. Basement would be perfect, but if no basement, I understand. Interior room with no glass. That's coming right your way. In fact, I'm going to look at something real quick. All right, you're good right now, but it's still moving your way at a really fast pace. 37 knots, maybe faster. I don't know. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of activity. They just updated it again. Boy, they are on it today. Busy, busy, busy. Look at all these storm tracks on here. Look like spaghetti. Wow. Littleville, Russellville, Town Creek especially. Wow, that's a big storm, guys. Hopefully it stays up in the air. That's tornadic. It is tornadic. I know it's tornadic. I can tell by looking at it. But maybe it will not come down to the ground. Whoa, that's going to have some large hail. There's large hail on the ground right now between Layton and Town Creek, Alabama. Right in that area there, at least baseball-size hail. I would say that would be a minimum baseball size. Just incredible. Take cover if you're in Town Creek, Alabama. Woo! Big storm coming your way. This thing's coming in hot and fast. For real. Take shelter, Town Creek. Russellville, this storm coming. Oh, it's got downdraft on the back. Yeah, Russellville, that's in northwestern Alabama. That storm system has already produced one tornado, and it could easily do it again. Russellville, Alabama, tornado warning expires in 15 minutes. You guys are in the direct path of a potential tornado. You're in a tornado warning, and there's probably going to be more put up by the National Weather Service. These storms back here are starting to get aggressive. Red Bay, Vina, Golden is in the area right now, and that looks like it's difficult to tell where the state line's at because there's so much activity. Okay, Golden is in Mississippi, Red Bay is over in Alabama, and they're about 9 miles apart. Underneath all these storm clouds, oh, Town Creek. Wow. That is a doozy. Anybody in Town Creek, Alabama? Town Creek's got a population of 1,200 people. Small community. It's about to be right underneath, at the very minimum, a severe thunderstorm. Oh, that's starting to develop a bow. Big heads up, Town Creek. Thank you, these here. I appreciate the big shout out, these here. And Mother Wisdom Tree. You guys are very kind. I appreciate that at the super chat. That's super awesome. Town Creek, Alabama. Interior room with no glass or a basement. You need to be there now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need to be there now. Wow. That looks like a class. There's another new tornado warning right here. Includes Red Bay and Vina. And that would be in, boy, that's right on the other side. That's right on the state line. Okay, the tornado warning starts on the state line of Mississippi and Alabama and extends over into western Alabama. Let's see what we've got here. 28 minutes, it expires. New warning issued by the National Weather Service out of Huntsville. Tornado warning for southwestern Franklin County and northwestern Alabama. Say that 3 times. At 6:29 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Red Bay, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Radar indicated a tornado and quarter-size hail. Coming from the National Weather Service, they're saying, take cover now. So Red Bay, that storm is getting very aggressive. Storm moving towards Russellville also is not playing around. And this one here leading the pack right into Town Creek, small community in North Alabama. Would not be surprised if that's not some sort of a wedge tornado on the ground. Just based off of what we're seeing here. Hopefully it stayed in the sky. Let's look and see. That looks like it's got quite a bit of rotation there, guys. But it's not guaranteed. Ooh. Come on here to try to help, try to make a oh, wow. Try to make a difference. I mean, if we can help one person, it's time well spent. Town Creek, they are like right in the middle of what would feel like a Cat 4 hurricane. 67,000 foot cloud tops. Oh boy. All right. Well, they're no strangers to severe weather. They've dealt with it before. And there'll be more in the future. It's just how it is. But boy, when you see it go right at a small community like that, or any community for that matter, that is one powerful storm. Got this one back here. We've had one expire, which was good. The one that was headed towards Russellville. The storm C has fallen apart. It's still there. It's still got a thunderstorm, but it's not on the super aggressive side like it was. It looks like that energy now has moved down into the Red Bay area. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. Vina or Vina. And that would be just inside the Mississippi-Alabama border on the Alabama side. That would be western Alabama. And those storms are intensifying very, very rapidly. And they are tornadic, according to that right there. Meso strength 4620, 2-inch. Right there, 2-inch hail. So that's getting some loft to it. Those storms are lifting the moisture way up into the air at a very high rate of speed. To get 2-inch hail, those winds have to have an updraft of about 90 miles per hour. And 90-mile-an-hour winds are that of a Category 1 or 2 hurricane. This one here could have winds even higher. If that's... Oh, boy. That was a strong storm. Headed right towards Cortland and North Cortland. That's a fierce storm, guys, that just went through Town Creek. All of that energy is... Look at the storm track on that thing. From 4:26 p.m. to 5:26 p.m. Look at that. They got that thing extended out for an hour. Unreal. We're going to see more storms down here intensify. If they're trending anything like these are up here, when they get over into Alabama, they seem to be really getting strong and reaching some incredible heights. Town Creek just went through some sideways rain, high winds at the bare minimum, super, I don't know, downdrafts of straight line winds, probably 60, 70 miles per hour, and I would say those would be very, very moderate. It's hard to say. All I know is they went through a very strong cell right there. Very, very strong. See how wide that is. It's a little over a couple miles. Boy, that is very concentrated, very strong. Very tall. 67,000 feet in places. That's what the echoes are. These storms look like they're getting bigger. They're gaining strength and moving to the east, in some cases northeast, some cases due east, like the tornado warning area right here in the Town Creek area, headed towards North Cortland. Cortland, very strong storm headed your way. With the quickness, I think this thing's moving at... Oh, they just extended it. Did you see that? It happened right in front of us. Now we have 3 tornado warnings. That was extended by the National Weather Service, and that includes Decatur, Trinity, Hillsboro, Cortland, and North Cortland. Let's see what they say. Expires in 23 minutes. These storms are absolutely mo-docking. The National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama, tornado warning 4. Here we go. South Central Limestone County in North Central Alabama. Northwestern Morgan County in North Central Alabama. Northern Lawrence County in Northwestern Alabama until 7 p.m. local time. That would be Alabama time. At 6:34 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Town Creek, or 11 miles northwest of Moulton, moving east at a mere 45 miles per hour. Tornado and $50 size hail. Radar indicated rotation. And I agree with that. That definitely looked like a rotating severe thunderstorm. Locations impacted include Decatur, Athens, Trinity, Town Creek, Cortland and North Cortland, Hillsboro, Chalybeate Springs, Town Creek, Neesmith and Caddo. Precautions: take cover now. Move to a basement or interior room with no glass. And they've emphasized that twice. Heavy rainfall may hide this tornado. Don't wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. And that's coming from the guys and gals at the National Weather Service. And I just happen to agree because I'm looking at radar that's very, very precise. I trust this radar. I've used it for a long time. And it's like windy.com, benchesky.com. They're reliable sources of information. And I do know how to read it. I've had a little bit of schooling in this, years of studying storms. So North Cortland, Hillsboro, Trinity, I would say right there, Decatur is right on the edge. And these things are moving fast. I mean, really fast. This one here, it's quite interesting. That storm there, it just keeps recycling. Gets stronger and stronger, weakens and strengthens, which they do. They sometimes cycle. It almost looks like a tornado was in the air, then went down to the ground, then back up in the air. That's just kind of what it reminds me of. I'm not saying that's what it did, but the radar is a little difficult to read. And the National Weather Service was exactly right. It's raining so hard here that it makes it next to impossible, at least from this point, to tell if there's a tornado in there because there's so much activity here. So there could be a tornado rain wrapped in here because it's raining so hard. Just an unbelievable storm. Yeah. That's colliding wind is what we're looking at. That's a collision of wind moving in opposite directions. That's what we're looking for. Wow, that's a strong one. All right. Hillsboro, Trinity, Cortland. It's just, well, you're on the northern edge of this storm. You guys are feeling it. But that cell right there is one to watch, and it's headed towards Hillsboro. Again, we're in northern Alabama, primarily northwestern Alabama, but all of this energy is moving very, very quickly directly to Huntsville, Alabama, Redstone, Madison. Moving very fast. Probably be there in less than 30 minutes. And this energy, look at down here by Hodges. Wow, those storms are moving just incredibly fast. I mean, they're on you before you know it. The National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama, they are busy over there. Tornado warning out of for southwestern Franklin County in northwestern Alabama until 7 p.m. Tornado, quarter-size hail. The storm's moving at 40 mile an hour. Flying debris. Here again, they're telling people in the area to take cover now. Interior room with no glass or a basement. Basement would be the number one choice if it's an option. If not, then an interior room with no glass. Okay, this storm system here is moving due east right now, right towards Hillsboro. See if we got any new warnings. Yeah, we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning. It's been extended. Phil Campbell expires in 33 minutes. This whole area right here is very active right now. That storm right there. Need to keep a close eye on Hillsboro, Alabama. Big strong storm headed your way. Could have a rain-wrapped tornado, and that's coming from the National Weather Service. I'm just relaying the message. These guys over here are very, very busy right now. There's a lot of energy headed their way. They're going to be in the storm systems, several here in just a minute. They're right in the middle of it, and that's where the National Weather Service is at, in Huntsville. Monica, it's all heading east, some northeast. It's headed towards eastern Tennessee, northwestern Georgia, parts of far eastern North Carolina, and eastern Virginia. Later on this evening, you could see some of this same energy quite possibly doing the same thing that it's doing here. Hopefully not, but There's severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado watches. Well, sorry, tornado warnings right now, but this whole area is under a tornado watch until 10 o'clock tonight, local time in this area right here. So the atmosphere is very favorable for the production of tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. Boy, those things are moving so quick. Hillsboro, Alabama. Trinity, right in the path of a very strong supercell thunderstorm that's reaching up over 65,000 feet tall. Just incredible. Same way back here, just across the state line. See, right here is the state line between Mississippi and Alabama. Well, as soon as you cross over into Alabama, these storms are really picking up steam north of Hodges, Alabama. It's hard to say if that storm is tornadic or not, but let's just assume that it is. If you're in Hodges, I'd find an interior room with no glass or a basement. Absolutely. Hopefully it's not tornadic, but it very well could be. So this storm is now almost on Hillsboro. That's how fast these things are moving. Unbelievable. I mean, it's moving 7 miles in 4 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 frames, moving about 7 miles. They're probably in the neighborhood of 50 miles an hour. Hillsboro, Alabama. Hillsboro is a small community in northern Alabama. 500-600 people. Small town, but it's about to see a big storm. They can probably see it right now if they're not inside in a safe area. They need to be inside in a safe area. Interior room with no glass or a basement. And this energy is headed towards Huntsville. Be there in 30 minutes. Some of it's already there. And that's the good guys and gals over there that are issuing these tornado watches and warnings. Or actually, tornado warnings and thunderstorm warnings. I mean, they got their hands full tonight. Look at all that. Trying to keep everybody safe over here. I mean, that's a big job. That's a lot of energy moving through there. And it's just getting started. Unreal. You guys need to be on your toes if you're in north central Alabama. Northeastern, actually all of east central. These things are backing up into Mississippi now. Look at that. Big storms. We're going to go up and check on Nashville here in a minute, but I'm trying to keep an eye on this tornadic stuff. That's why I do these live streams, this tornadic energy. We're not going to come on here and do live streams for rain. We've all dealt with rain at some point. Tornadoes are a different story. I've seen 2, but I've never been in one. But they can be stronger than hurricanes easily. Have winds of 300 mile an hour. And you just never know. There's sometimes none if little warning with these things. Hurricane, you might know 5, 6, 7 days out, Not a tornado. I mean, you can have the absolute best equipment, but Mother Nature can wrap these things in rain to where they're just simply not detectable. And then sometimes you do have, warning. Like there's a warning here for this area. North Cortland, Hillsboro, Trinity, and Decatur, Alabama. Hodges, that would be Alabama? Yeah, Hodges, Alabama. Boy, that's a strong storm. It looks like it just went around Hodges. Hopefully it did. That thing there is super strong. Headed towards Phil Campbell, is that correct? Phil Campbell, Alabama? Yeah, headed that way. Big, strong supercell thunderstorm. Quite possibly tornadic. That's in a tornado warning zone issued by the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, who quite possibly could be in a tornado warning themselves here in less than 30 minutes. it wouldn't surprise me at all if Huntsville National Weather Service didn't issue a tornado warning for Huntsville. They haven't yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do it, because this energy is headed right towards the Huntsville area. It may go south of Huntsville. Not all of it. Definitely some of it's going towards Huntsville. Mooresville, Alabama. Triana, Redstone. What's that? Redstone Arsenal. Madison. Owens. They just extended it again. Look at that. A new tornado warning up here in Tennessee now. Tornado warning expires in 41 minutes. I'm going to read it real quick. Once again, put out by the good guys and gals at the National Weather Service of Huntsville, Alabama. Tornado warning for Moore County in Middle Tennessee, Franklin County in Middle Tennessee until 7:30 p.m. local time. I'm assuming that's about another 40 minutes. 6:45 p.m. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Lynchburg, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation and quarter-size hail. Locations that could be impacted are as follows: Winchester, Lynchburg, Deckard, Estill Springs, Timms Ford Lake, Sewanee Woods Reservoir, Arnold Air Force Base, Lois, and Alto. And that's up in Tennessee. And they're advising people, the National Weather Service, to take cover now. Could be flying debris, 1-inch hail at minimum. That's what's been detected. We're going to go up there and check that out in just a moment. Oh, Hillsboro, inside of a dishwasher right now. Sideways rain, probably very high winds. Hopefully no tornadoes, but this area is under a tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, who could be issuing a tornado warning for themselves here in about 30 minutes or less, because that energy is headed right towards the Huntsville, Alabama area, and that's where we're at in North Alabama. We're looking at these storms expanding up into Tennessee now, just north and west of Chattanooga, all of north central, east central Mississippi. Storms are starting to intensify back there. I see a small one up here near Memphis. Nothing severe, looks like just rain. But this system right here is incredibly strong, and it has longevity. It has been going since west of Muscle Shoals, and it's still going. It just keeps recycling over and over. I mean, these storm tops have 66,000 foot cloud tops. They're huge. National Weather Service out of Huntsville. They're probably going to have to go to a safe room. They could very easily, according to what we're looking at here, be in some sort of a tornado watch or warning at least. That storm right there is incredibly, that's like Secretariat. The old Kentucky Derby Triple Crown winner. I mean, that thing just keeps going and going. Look at that thing. The storm down here is very strange looking. I don't know. Okay, 2, 3 tornado warnings. We need to go up to Tennessee. Let's go check real quick. Where are we at? We are, because I want to keep an eye on Nashville. We don't want any more tornadoes in Nashville. South of Nashville, Chattanooga. Just talking out loud here, guys. I need to find the right radar. Okay, we're going to Tennessee real quick. Okay, I need probably this one here. Yes. All right, we're close. Okay, we're looking at East Tennessee, and you can see what's happening here as well. No tornado warnings, no severe thunderstorm warnings, but you can see the storms starting to gain momentum like we're seeing in Mississippi, Alabama, and back here in southern and south central Tennessee. You got strong storms and heavy rain, but nothing you can't handle, right? Nothing you haven't seen before. So we're trying to go to, no, we don't want Mission, we want here. There we go, that's the one I'm looking for right there. All right. Now we're in Tennessee. We're on Tennessee radar. Lynchburg, Moore County, Tullahoma. This is the one that we just read. Still in effect for another 36 minutes. That storm system's not quite as strong as what we're seeing down here around the Hillsborough area. Not to underestimate it. It's a very, very strong system. And it's tornadic, according to the National Weather Service out of Huntsville. So you want to... well, there's like a twister right there. Look at that. Even though it's not. I mean, that's what it looks like. So have big time respect for that storm there. It's got the capability to produce a tornado. And it's headed towards... that one's moving east-northeast. So here we're up in Tennessee now. The energy is... that's good. It's on the east side of Nashville. We don't want any more tornadoes in Nashville. We don't want any anywhere, really, but we got to watch them. That's just part of the whole Earth experience. Tornadoes and hurricanes. Just got to respect them and stay out of the way. But this energy is moving towards Chattanooga. It's moving towards Knoxville, Tennessee. It's moving towards Asheville, North Carolina. Probably later on this evening. Might be getting rain now. Don't see anything extreme over there right now. Clemson, South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, northern Georgia, probably down to the Athens area, maybe including Atlanta. I don't see anything severe, though, right now. Storm here down in Alabama starting to weaken for a moment here, just on the east side of Hillsborough, between Hillsborough and Trinity. And these storms are moving towards Huntsville, where the National Weather Service is located, that is posting all of these bulletins. And they are on the job here. They're getting all of these storms, and they have got their hands full. They're trying to monitor probably 30 storms as they're moving at a 30, 40, in some cases 50-mile-an-hour pace. I mean, their heads are spinning trying to keep track of all this. And then they're going to be in a tornado watch or warning themselves here in probably less than 20 minutes. Huntsville, right there. Right now, they're in between a small system and then a much larger complex system that is weakening, I will say, before it gets to Huntsville. But this one here has been doing it over and over. It's been recycling. So we'll see if it recycles yet again. The storm up here in Tennessee. Now we're in east central Tennessee near Lynchburg and Moore County. It's still Springs. Just south of Tullahoma. But it looks like, I don't know, they could be in at least a severe component of that system right there. Anyway, that's a tornado warned area. Tornado warning for the next 34 minutes. And that's in Middle Tennessee, south of Nashville. Nashville is nowhere near that energy. In fact, let's see how far away it is. Oh, yeah, 60 miles. So Nashville is nowhere near the tornado warned area, which is good. They don't need any more tornadoes. And it's getting dark in these areas. It's what, 7 o'clock? Going to be dark soon if it's not dark already. Look, National Weather Service extended this tornado warning to within probably, what, 6 miles of their headquarters? Look, that's a new one, 10 miles. And we're going to read it verbatim. Here we go. New tornado warning expires in 33 minutes from the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama. Tornado warning for Limestone County, Morgan County, and Lawrence County, all in north central Alabama until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. See if we can read the stats on this. Maybe they're seeing something that obviously prompted them to issue a tornado warning rotation of some sort. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Trinity, or 10 miles northeast of Moulton, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado. Radar indicated rotation. I totally believe it. Locations include Decatur, Madison, Priceville, Trinity, Tanner, Hillsborough, Mooresville, Bellamina, Cali Beach Springs, and Caddo. And that's in north central Alabama. National Weather Service is advising to take cover now and look at the storm as it goes past you later. That's getting very close to Huntsville. It's right around 10 miles away, or at least the tornado warning cone, and it's headed directly towards the good guys and gals over at the Huntsville National Weather Service office that's monitoring all of this storm activity, and they are very, very busy tonight. So the one up in Tennessee, what have they done here? They've got rotation on there now. Meso strength 39.9, 3/4 inch hail. Looks like it's in a rural area for the most part. Maybe Estill Springs. Anybody in that area should be on alert. Take shelter. Flash flood warnings over near Linville, south of Nashville. We're going to head back down to Alabama here real quick, because I want to be on this radar here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one we want to be on. Okay. Big storms. And you can see that in some cases, they're getting bigger. This up in here is just heavy rain in northeastern Tennessee, through the Knoxville, Morristown, Kingsport, Maryville. There's a storm moving towards Asheville. We just talked about Asheville just a moment ago, but I don't think it's got a severe component to it, at least not yet. I wouldn't be surprised, though, based off of what these storms have a history of doing. They're headed your way, so they do have a severe component. Whether they will by the time they get to your area, it's impossible to tell, at least from my vantage point. But that's in Tennessee. Huntsville may be in a tornado warning of its own, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's a big, strong storm right there, headed right towards the National Weather Service office in Huntsville, Alabama. So we have 1, 2, 3 areas are under tornado warning. 2 in Alabama, 1 in Tennessee. So big heads up if you're in these areas, guys. Look there. What's the name of that there? Soddy, Daisy, Middle Valley, Harrison, Chattanooga. It's starting to rain in those areas. But rain, you can handle rain. Tornadoes are in a whole different galaxy. Look at that there. It's reporting wind damage by North Cortland. I wouldn't doubt it. And street flooding. Not surprised. And those are the reports that are just coming in right now. Wind damage in North Cortland. 3-inch tree limbs broken. Power poles broken. You seeing that? Right there. Just got a report. And that's just the one that got reported. Power poles broken. And 3-inch tree branches broken. That right there is a strong cell that just showed up north of Trinity. So that it is recycling yet again. Unreal. So there's probably power outages in North Cortland, obviously. But I will say this. Straight line winds can take down power poles. I've actually seen it, and I know most of you guys probably have too, without necessarily being tornadic. Wouldn't be surprised if Huntsville itself doesn't go under a tornado warning here real soon. Would not be surprised at all. It's a shelf cloud right there, and it's got some backside momentum. So Huntsville, they're probably strongly considering putting themselves in a tornado warning. Unreal. But no, I've seen straight line winds take down an entire block, city block, of power poles. Straight line wind. Called it a microburst. Maybe that's what happened here. Could have been a tornado because that was in a tornado warning area issued by the National Weather Service out of Huntsville. So they were right on top of it, and it sure enough took down power poles, just like they said it had the potential to do. That's why they were advising people to seek shelter now. You don't want to be outside when there's power poles flying through the air. Those things are very heavy, and they'll crush a car. I've seen it during Hurricane Charlie. Bear Creek, that is in Alabama, northwestern Alabama. It's now under a tornado warning. Bear Creek, Haleyville, and that storm is also, that's the one that was just north of Hodges, not 20 minutes ago, and now it's recycled. That's what they're doing. They're recycling. They're getting stronger, and then they weaken and come back stronger. That's what that one is doing. Headed right towards Haleyville, Alabama, and Double Springs. Storm system here is moving along at a very good pace at around 40-45 miles an hour. So Huntsville's in the heavy rain now, or at least right on the edge of it. That's what the yellow and orange indicates. Heavy rains, a little bit of wind. Nothing that anybody hasn't seen before. Tornadoes, different story. Don't want any part of a tornado. Doesn't matter what strength it is. You just don't want any part of a tornado. Here we've got 1, 2, still 3 tornado warnings, and all of these have been issued by the National Weather Service out of Huntsville. And they're looking at a storm coming right at them as we do this video. And that's where the National Weather Service office is at, right there. They're the ones giving us all of these bulletins. Very helpful bulletins that help people. Now, that storm system is still very strong. It's got some very unique signatures to it, too. In fact, we're going to look at that one real quick. Here we go. Looking at the Hillsboro area. Just went past Hillsboro. Not necessarily. That's good. Not necessarily. I was looking for rotation, and I don't see any obvious rotation, so that's a good thing. That's good. That's at least right now. That could change. We've seen it happen over and over in this area right here. Again, we're in west Alabama, north central Alabama, southern Tennessee. That would be south central Tennessee, middle Tennessee. There's a tornado warning right now in the Winchester area. It still springs. In fact, that's been updated. In fact, it's moved. Expires in 25 minutes. See, it's getting stronger right there. And that's got intake right there, guys. That's got a tornado. Look. See the intake? It's breathing. That's what it's doing. It's breathing in air. It's going up to the top. Tornado remains in effect till 7:30 p.m. for northeastern Franklin County. At 7:02 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Winchester, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Tornado and quarter-size hail radar indicated rotation. Take cover now. Basement or interior room with no glass. And that's what they're seeing. They're seeing what looks like, and it's hard to see on here because there's so much going on, but definitely it looks like rotation for sure. These guys have a lot on their plate right now. They're juggling a lot of storms. Look at all these storm tracks. And these are just on one radar. I don't know how many there are. Probably 15 or 20. And they're all coming from right here out of Huntsville. And they're almost in the middle of a storm themselves. Nothing they can't handle, though. Those guys are the pros. That's what they do. Decatur, north of Decatur, Alabama. That is a very thin, powerful line of thunderstorms right there. Probably seeing straight line winds out of that system. Doesn't, kind of looks tornadic, but it doesn't. I don't know what it looks like. But if you're in Decatur, you want to pay attention to the weather. Interior room with no glass or a basement. Street flooding near Hillsboro, Alabama. These storms are packing a lot of moisture. Probably in the 2 to 3 inch per hour rate, if not more in concentrated areas like where you see the dark purples and pinks, or light purple and burgundy, the dark burgundy. I mean, it is raining buckets in those areas. It's moving quick, though. That's a good thing. If there's a bright side, it is moving fast. So it's not going to be like parked over one area. And we're looking over here east of Pleasant Groves, south of Skyline. They're showing a tornadic vortex signature right there, moving east at 72 knots. Are you serious? Look at that. Whoa. Okay, that's on the east side of Huntsville. Look at that. Unreal. TBS, tornadic vortex signature. All right. So Huntsville, they're right on the edge of the tornado warned area. Look at that. Mooresville. Thank you, LR. It's very kind for the super chat. Okay, we got a new tornado warning, expires in 21 minutes, issued by the good guys and gals at the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama. Tornado warning remains in effect until 7:30 p.m. Southeastern Limestone and northwestern Morgan counties. At 7:05 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Decatur, that would be Alabama, moving east at 45 mile an hour. Tornado and $50 size hail. Radar indicated rotation. Take cover now. And that's coming from the National Weather Service out of Huntsville, Alabama. Areas include Decatur, Madison, Priceville, Trinity, Mooresville, and Bellamina. It's right in this area here. I was looking at a TVS. That's what's called a tornado vortex signature, and it was just south of Skyline. I don't see it now. I was looking at it earlier. It's not there anymore, but it showed eastern movement at 72 knots. I mean, you're talking tropical storm force winds right there. Unreal. And these storms, it's just keep a coming. Hillsboro got street flooding. Town Creek, street flooding. Power poles broken near North Cortland and Town Creek. And that was from this storm right here that's headed towards Mooresville. That seems to be intensifying some. It's kind of regrouping. It's what they've been doing. They get really strong, and then they'll kind of calm down. They get really strong again. Breathing in and out. When they intake, get that rotation going, that's when we see tornadoes. It's difficult to tell here. You've got a lot going on. There is just a whole lot going on here. New tornado warning up in Tennessee. It's still Springs. Look at that. That's two that overlap. And there's the storm system right there. That's the new one they spotted. Man, these guys are on it. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings between Alabama and Tennessee combined. 2 in Tennessee, 2 in Alabama. They just issued now a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Tennessee. Expires in 34 minutes. Again, National Weather Service out of Huntsville. Severe thunderstorm warning for southern Franklin County in Middle Tennessee until 7:45 p.m. And all of this energy is moving towards the east. So if you're in eastern Tennessee, anywhere in that area, big heads up. 60 mile an hour wind gust and quarter size hail. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Locations include Cowan, Huntland, Lexi Crossroads, Maxwell, Belvedere, Sherwood, and Beans Creek. All right then. Tornado watch remains in effect, and that's for this entire area, until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for north central and northeastern Alabama and middle Tennessee. That's until 10 o'clock tonight, local time. Tornadoes possible, 1-inch hail, and 60 mile per hour winds. That would be low-end tropical storm force. But tornado winds can get up to much stronger than hurricane. May not last as long, but they can be stronger. And Huntsville's in the middle of the activity right now. That's where we're getting all the bulletins from, right here. National Weather Service out of Huntsville. They've got tornado warnings that they've issued on both sides of them. Flash flood warnings, tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings. Got power poles down in the Town Creek area, North Cortland area of Alabama. So you know there's power outages. And that would be how far from the state line? Let's take a look. Just trying to get an idea where we're at. 22 miles from the Tennessee border. We're in northwestern Alabama, and you can see the red areas that cover, well, not quite 100. Let's see. Yeah, about 100 miles, 115 mile stretch. 4 different tornado warnings, 2 different states. That would be 2 in Tennessee and 2 in Alabama. Flash flood warning up by Nashville that's going to expire in 30 minutes. And then we got a flash flood warning that expires in 1 minute. That would be near Lawrenceburg. So the rain is moving out of the area. I think the ground is saturated in those areas too, so they can't really handle a whole lot of rain. New tornado warning now in Tennessee. So we've got 1, 2 in Alabama, 3 in Tennessee. This is a new one right here. Expires in 31 minutes. Western Marion County and eastern Tennessee until 7:45 p.m. At 7:10 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Deckard or near Winchester, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation. I'm seeing a lot of that tonight. Take cover now is what they're advising, because there very well could be a tornado at any moment coming from these storm systems here that are moving through eastern Tennessee. In fact, they've got one right here that they just put out. See that little icon right there? Right there's the tornado. Right from that storm right there that's definitely moving actually towards Mott Eagle also. There's like 3 tornado warnings right there. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, and 2 overlap each other. Just trying to get the data on this one. Hail size 3/4. Woo, Meso 5384. That's a big one. Could have been big. Maybe it didn't touch down, but it's showing us that it did something there. There's another one right there. 48 knots. There's the TVS, the tornado vortex signature. Right there in that area. I thought we saw one earlier. They moved it from there to there. All right, there's a system here getting stronger, headed right towards the Huntsville area. The storm here, guys, it's gaining momentum. So I would not be surprised at all if Huntsville National Weather Service does not include themselves in a tornado warning here soon. Wouldn't be surprised at all. That system right there that's by Mooresville right now is headed towards Huntsville, and it's gaining strength. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 tornado warnings now between Tennessee and Alabama, and all of this energy is moving towards Chattanooga, northwest Georgia. It's moving into possibly eastern, obviously eastern Tennessee. It's already in eastern Tennessee, but western North Carolina, maybe parts of western Virginia, not necessarily West Virginia yet. But this is where we're at right now, dealing with tornadoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different areas under tornado warnings between Tennessee and Alabama. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Huntsville area is not under a tornado warning here very, very soon. The storm system down here, it's going through that recycle mode. It's weakening now, which is great, but what they've been doing ever since back here by Hodges and Red Bay, in fact, that might be part of the system that produced a tornado in Tishomingo, Mississippi, right here. So it's recycling again. So now it's kind of weakening as it went past. It was pretty strong when it went through Bear Creek. Now it's kind of weakening, going just north of Haleyville. Still heavy rain, but I don't see any tornadic activity there, at least for now. But they've still got the cone for this whole area under a tornado warning for the next 28 minutes. So that area is under tornado warning. This area here, that storm's getting stronger. It's right over Mooresville right now, and it's gaining strength, and it's headed towards the National Weather Service in Huntsville, it looks like. Or at least it's headed in that general direction. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado warnings, 3 in Tennessee, 2 in North Alabama. Now, ooh, that's getting strong. Look at that. Look at the bird. See the bow? See the bird right there? Oh, look at the bird. See it? That's high winds. See those bows right there? Cowan, Tennessee. Winchester, Tennessee. Very strong storms right there. Look at the bow. That's what you're looking for right there. Look at the bird. Looks like a big bird flying through the air, right? Now that's a classic right there. See what's going on down here in Alabama. They're probably going to extend that one. It expires in 12 minutes, but you're probably going to extend that right towards their area. Wouldn't be the first time, though. Wouldn't be the first time. This area is very familiar with tornadoes. I know there's been big ones through this area historically, especially in the spring. But to have 3 in Middle Tennessee like that, look at that, 1, 2, 3 tornado warnings. Look at the big bird right there. Those are strong storms. Just went through Winchester, Deckard, Cowan, going into the area of Sewanee. Cowan's right in the middle of it. I don't know if that's tornadic or not, but it very well could be. We're going to hop over into eastern Tennessee here in just a little bit, but there's nothing severe over there right now. Parts of North Carolina, South Carolina, North Georgia, East Tennessee, parts of southern Kentucky now getting in on the action. But we got a strong storm now headed right towards the good guys and gals over at Huntsville. Look at that. It's getting stronger, and they know it. I guarantee you they're keeping an eye on that right there. And this one up here. See the bird? There it goes. That's a sign of strength. And this here keeps intensifying. It's like third time it's cycled through. Now it's reaching back up there again. Reaches them incredible heights, and then it comes down. And then when it comes down, it gets too heavy, it gets top heavy. That's when they collapse, when you have the high winds, when they get top heavy. And that's getting top heavy. See why it's top heavy? See the purples and pinks? It's reaching up there into the 60,000 foot range. It can't stay up there forever. Gets up there too high, what happens? Gravity takes over, and what's it do? Comes down to the ground. What do we have? We either have ignition of rotation or straight line winds that push out forward very, very quickly. Sometimes with very large hail. Depends on how high up they go. That right there, 60,000 foot. Easy baseball size if it wanted to, if it takes the moisture up with it. There's just a lot going on here. There's multiple layers at work. See, they extended the tornado warning right there in real time. Just south of Huntsville. Expires in 39 minutes. So this storm is tracking towards Owens Crossroads. Right there. New Hope is also in the new warning. Triana. And that expires in 39 minutes. Just south of Redstone Arsenal. See what they saw. National Weather Service out of Huntsville right there. Tornado warning for northwestern Marshall, southern Madison, southeastern Limestone, and east central Morgan in Alabama. That would be up here in north central Alabama. And I think that expires in 38 minutes. Until 8 p.m. At 7:19 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornado was located near Priceville, 7 miles east of Decatur, moving east. Get a load of this. At 55 miles per hour. Unreal. Hazard tornado, radar indicated rotation, flying debris. Oh boy, a lot of areas here. Southern Huntsville, they're in the warning. Southern Huntsville, Decatur, Madison, Redstone Arsenal, Priceville, Owens Crossroads, Gurley, Triana, Marshall. Oh, Marshall Space Flight Center, and Morgan City. They're advising to take cover now. Tornado radar indicated 3/4 inch hail. And that storm right there, that storm is an overachiever. It has been on the radar ever since I've been watching it now for hour and a half. It just keeps recycling. It's moved across it's moved across all of northern Alabama, across the Mississippi state line, and it's wreaked havoc near Town Creek, Cortland, North Cortland. It's taken down power poles back here in this area. That's this storm right here. Now they're showing a TVS. 1 inch hail, tornadic vortex signature, 39 knots, but the storm system itself is moving at 55 miles an hour. That is crazy. Are you serious? 55 miles an hour. So Huntsville's seeing showers right now, about to get into the moderate to heavy stuff. The red and orange is heavy. A lot going on in these areas here, especially these pinks and purples. Need to take shelter if you're in any of these areas, guys. Owen Cross Roads, New Hope, Triana, Gurley, even South Huntsville was in the warning. Madison, the tornado warned area for the next 36 minutes, issued by the National Weather Service out of Huntsville. So now we have, oh wow, we got a lot going on up here. See the bird? See it right there? Still got the bird. It's not strength. We got 1, 2. It's hard to tell. How many we got here? 1, 2, at least 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 7 tornado warnings right now. Unreal. At least 6. 3 in Alabama, at least 3 in Tennessee, maybe 4. Mont Eagle is getting absolutely creamed right now. Holy cow. That was a strong storm. And this area down here of Cowan and Sewanee looks like a big bird flying across the radar. You got 2 big strong bows right there. Very strong storm systems. Back down here to the Huntsville area where it's been very active. North of, well, in fact, it includes Triana right now, that very strong storm. And see what they do? See how they get up very, very tall? And what do? They kind of collapse back down to the ground, and then they go right back up. That's a cycle that they've been doing for an hour and a half now. So we have now at least 6 tornado warnings between Alabama and Tennessee. So if you're east of these areas, this is what you could potentially see. At the very least, heavy rain. Hopefully nothing tornadic, but we're seeing a lot of tornadic activity. And actually a tornado was on the ground, I know, in Mississippi, back near the state line between Mississippi and Alabama, and that was earlier. I think it did some damage. I don't think it hit a populated area, but I do think there was damage. But there looks like 1, 2, at least 3 tornado warnings in Middle Tennessee, and those are moving to the east. In some cases southeast right now, but that could change. See this arrow here? Mainly due east, but that's kind of going south towards the Chattanooga area. So if you're in Chattanooga, you might be trying to find that interior room with no glass or a basement. That's the direction those storms are headed. And that's according to the storm track you see right here, put on the map by the National Weather Service. Storms here are moving pretty much due east. Some of them are turning to the southeast just a little, not too much, but mainly an easterly component. Severe weather here. Now this storm went up, now it's went down, and now it's going back up again. So Huntsville's in the heavy rain. Redstone Arsenal. Boy, these things are moving with the quickness. 50 miles an hour. So Owens Cross Roads, if you're in that area, might find an interior room with no glass or a basement. Triana, big storm coming your way. It's right over the top of you right now, and that's the storm once again that took down the power poles back here near where are we at? North Cortland and Town Creek. There's some areas there that have no electricity from that storm right there. So it has the potential to do it again, or maybe it didn't quit. I don't know. Huntsville's in a very heavy rain cell right now. And there's more behind it, but a small reprieve in here where there's going to be just moderate rain, sprinkles right in here near the area of Athens, and then heavy showers again, and then another round of heavy showers, and these could intensify like that one's doing. This one down here, there's a new tornado warning there. Let's check it out real quick. Expires in 17 minutes. National Weather Service out of Birmingham, Alabama. Tornado warning remains in effect until 7:45 p.m. At 7:25, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Ash Ridge, or 10 miles east of Haleyville. We've been watching that Haleyville. And moving east at 45 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation, quarter size hail. Areas impacted, potentially Double Springs, Houston recreational area, Moreland, Winston Free State Barn, Ash Ridge, Mill Creek, Sipsey River Rec Area, Winston County Airport, Cane Creek, and Grayson. And they're advising people to take cover now if you're in those areas. Tornado warning for the next 16 minutes. A lot of activity in the Huntsville, Alabama area. We're in North Alabama, Middle Tennessee, where we have 6 tornado warnings between Tennessee, 3 in Tennessee and 3 in Alabama. Huntsville, it's pouring there right now. Absolutely pouring down rain. The strong signature is down south of Huntsville right now, and it looks like it's going to stay south, moving towards Owens Cross Roads. Moving very quickly at, let's see how fast this one's going, 55 miles per hour. It's going the average speed limit on a 2-lane highway. I've seen them as high as 65, not very often. But it does happen. That storm has been on the ground off and on, cycling through for an hour and a half. Unreal. Yeah, it did show 72 knots. I was just responding to a comment. It was right over here. I'll show you where it was at, Nikki, if it's still there. It showed a TVS, and what a TVS is I'll show you here real quick. Right here. Okay, that's a TVS. A little tornado icon, and when you click on it, it'll give you a speed, maybe hail size, and it will give you a numerical number, which I think we can get right here. See here, maximum delta velocity, 66 knots, and that's for this one here. There was one over here. Somebody had a question because I said 72 knots, which is, I was just repeating what the map was showing me. There was a TVS over here, a Tornadic vortex signature, just west of Skyline, and its vitals showed a 72 knot forward rotation or forward momentum right in this area here. It's not there anymore. It's done cycled off of the map, but at one time there was a TVS right there, 72 knots. This one here, 66 knots. So it's not unheard of. Not at all. Huntsville seeing very heavy rain. 1, 2. Now we're down to 4 tornado warnings. 2 in Middle Tennessee and 2 in North Alabama. All of this energy is moving to the east. So in some of these areas, it's already dark on the East Coast. It's probably dark in Chattanooga. In fact, it's very cloudy and rainy in Chattanooga. Boy, these storms are really moving at a fast pace. Chattanooga's in the thick of it now. At least it's starting to rain. I just updated the storm tracks. Still got the bird on here. See the bird? Still there. And it's been flying for 20 minutes. Tracy City, what I mean by bird, not literally. Look at the shape of the clouds. See how you see like 2 wings? It's like a bird flying through the sky. It's got bows, bow echo, bow signature, not necessarily an echo. But Tracy City, Mott Eagle, very heavy rain and tornado warnings for another 12 minutes. And this one, 12 minutes, both 12 minutes. Wow, a lot of action here in the North Alabama, Middle Tennessee area, moving into Georgia. Right now, as we do this video, Huntsville is now in a severe thunderstorm warning that expires in 42 minutes. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts are possible, quarter-size hail. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. And that's what is occurring right here. They just confirmed that those red and orange signatures that we see here on the radar is torrential downpours. That's what they're experiencing right now in Huntsville. So more than likely they could see, not guaranteed, but could see flash flooding. More than likely there's flash flooding occurring here in a rural area. That is one tall, strong storm headed right towards Owens Crossroads. We'll be there at the speed these things are going in less than 5 minutes. Easy. Less than 5 minutes. Yeah. Some big storms. 1, 2, still got 4 tornado warnings, 2 in Alabama and 2 in Middle Tennessee. We're going to hop over to Georgia here in just a moment. I'm waiting on this storm here as it gets close to Owens Cross. Huntsville is experiencing torrential downpours. Redstone just experienced very heavy rain, probably sideways rain at times, where you can't even see to drive in. What time is it there? 7:30. Getting close to dark, if it's not dark already from the dark clouds. Boy, that's a strong storm. Starting to flex. See the big roll cloud? Those are the pictures you guys send me. Your shelf cloud right there. That's what that looks like. There's your shelf cloud. And that thing's going to reach, it may be bottoming out right now. When they get up into those 60,000 foot ranges, they can't stay up there infinitely. And eventually they get top heavy and fall. You know, when they come down, they collapse and it creates a lot of wind. Hopefully not tornadoes, but, you know, at least straight line winds because they're so tall. They just can't maintain that height. It's a big storm there headed right towards Owens Crossroads in north central. Actually, that's, northeastern Alabama, north central Alabama. These things are hard to keep up with. They're moving so fast. That system's moving at 55 miles an hour. Average speed limit on a 2-lane highway. 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings. 2 in Alabama, 2 in Tennessee. And all of this energy is moving towards the East Coast. Not necessarily the East Coast, but it's moving towards the eastern part of the country. Eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, parts of northwestern South Carolina, northern Georgia, and up into western Virginia, southern Kentucky. Tornado warnings until 10 o'clock. Tornado watches until 10 o'clock local time for Tennessee, Alabama, which they're occurring right now, but they could last up until 10 o'clock tonight local time. It's still pouring rain in Huntsville. Torrential downpours. This system here is simply unreal. That thing, that's just an unbelievable storm. Been on the ground for 60 miles. Maybe, hold on. Where's the state line? Yeah. Let me see here. I just want to measure something real quick. We're going to go from here. Good grief. Yeah, that was a storm system that went through Muscle Shoals. Wow. And it's been high octane for an hour and 45 minutes. Just an unbelievable storm. All right, we're going to go over to, I want to check out a different area real quick. Let's go to, okay, hang on. We're going to come back to this area. I want to check out South Carolina. I just want to see what it's doing over there. See how far. We can go down to Queensland, Australia. And we're going to. Next time they have South Australia, we're going to. I think no, that's the coast. Yeah, just showers right now. So they're good. That's South Carolina. Got the whole state. Just showers. Nothing they can't handle. Good deal. But maybe later, you know. But right now, that's good. That's what you want. Atlanta? Can we see what's going on here? Boy, they don't need any rain. Good grief. But it's raining there. Parts of the Atlanta, well, it's not necessarily metro, but wherever Peachtree, Tyrone, Palmetto, that would be like south west of Atlanta, but that whole area is very rain saturated. The ground, they don't need any rain. At least not right now. But 6 months ago, they were dealing with flood or drought conditions. Now they've got too much. I didn't want to go there. Why are we there? There we go. All right, that's in the Atlanta area. A little bit of rain, not too bad. Still got tornado warnings, Alabama, Tennessee. I know I was looking for Knoxville. Knoxville, Tennessee. Here we come. ST, where are we at? Right there. I don't see any severe. I see a lot of widespread thunderstorms and rain. In fact, some areas are seeing heavy rain. Castlewood, Bristol, that's what that's telling us. Rain. Some parts heavy. St. Charles, Jonesville, and the storm tracks on these are, in some cases, what, 45 minutes? Hour? Long storm tracks. So nothing severe in the Knoxville area, at least not right now. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Just rain, moderate to heavy in some places. In some places it's not raining at all. Like Knoxville itself, it's not raining right this moment, but it's going to. And these storms are moving, I think, at a pretty good pace, 38 knots. 38 knots. East, northeast. Go back down to Alabama, see how that storm's doing, and then I'll probably... Hold on, where are we at? Huntsville? Yeah, right. Good grief, look at all those storms. Boy, it's hard to keep all that straight. Yeah, Owens Cross, now the storm is... It's shrinking a little bit. Got up to the 60,000 foot range, and then it comes down, then goes back up. It is quite the overachiever. Yeah, Blue Moon B. There was a tornado in Mississippi. Let me see if I can find the area. Yeah, here we go. This area right here. Blue Moon B. The tornado was near Tishomingo, Mississippi, right in that area, and that's the storm system that we're seeing right here. Look, same one, right there that just went through the Huntsville area. That's the same storm that produced the tornado that touched on the ground in Tishomingo, right there. It's like Seattle Slough, Secretariat. It just keeps going. It doesn't run out of steam. It just keeps on going on. Unbelievable. And I think that's the same storm that took down power poles. Look, right here near Town Creek. Wind damage. 3-inch tree limbs broken. Power poles broken. At 4:55 p.m. I think that's my time, but that would have been like 6:55 there. Power poles down, so more than likely there's people without power there and street flooding. But a tornado did touch down just on the Mississippi-Alabama line, Tishomingo, right up here, which it's all clear now. The storms are out of the area, but when they went through, one did touch down, and it was this storm system right here that's in the Owens Crossroads, Alabama area, south of Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville had some very heavy rain. In fact, they were describing it as torrential rain. While it was coming down, they're kind of easing out of the storm right now. Moderate rain showers. That's what the light orange and yellow. It's just moderate rain like you're seeing all through here. Still got some very heavy pockets though. The oranges, very heavy rain. But it's all moving very quickly to the east, in some cases northeast, 40, 50. They're all different. Some 55 miles per hour. We just looked up in the Knoxville area, the South Carolina Greenville area, northern Georgia, nothing severe. It looks like all of the severe components are right over here, right now, in North Alabama and Middle Tennessee, more on the southeastern part of Tennessee, near Tracy City, Colmont, Whitwell or Whitwell. Sewanee. You can see our bird is now moving to the east now. See that? See the bird wings have kind of changed shape. Soaring through the air. This tornado warning here expires in 16 minutes. That's south of Huntsville. And I think this one's about to expire. Yeah, 1 minute. And that storm, they were right on the money. That storm has just moved out of that area. Be interesting to see if they extend it. I don't think they will, but they might. You never know. But that's about to expire. Then that'll leave us with, well, they'll probably all update. We'll have to wait and see. But that one's going to expire. Got the tornado warning south of Huntsville. Nothing else in the area is of a severe nature except right in here. That's why we're kind of sticking to this area. That's why I went up to Knoxville and looked around. The Carolinas, actually South Carolina, and it was just moderate rain. In some cases, sprinkling to nothing at all. This area right here, though, is very hot. And it's been hot. You got power poles down, flash flooding, tornado, large hail. Everything on the menu through here tonight. Everything. And it's not done yet. Thank you, Diane Black. That's very kind. So we're going to wait on these updates. Trying to keep you guys updated. I know you're well aware of the situation if you're in these areas, but just in case you weren't, big storm in the Huntsville, Alabama area. That's actually ever since it began west of Muscle Shoals, and then there was one that went through Russellville, then of course the Tishomingo. That's the storm here that's still motoring south of Huntsville. Same storm. I mean, it's probably picked up some friends along the way and they've morphed into what we see here, but same general energy system right there. Produced a tornado that did touch down right on the Alabama Mississippi line in Tishomingo. And I believe it did some damage. I'm not sure to what extent, but I'm pretty certain it did touch down. There's Hollywood, Alabama. You know, every time I come on here and I follow storms, I learn something new. I did not know we had a Hollywood, Alabama. I did not know that. I always find a name of a town that I knew of. Hollywood, California, like we've all heard of. I've actually heard of Hollywood, Florida. I've been there. I did not know we had another Hollywood in Alabama. Okay. That works. All right, now we're down to 2 tornado warnings. One in Tennessee, which is north of Chattanooga, near the Whitwell area, Powell's Crossroads. That's a pretty strong storm. A lot of very heavy rain embedded in that. A lot of moisture. Moisture content is very thick in there. Like they were talking here at the Huntsville office, it was torrential rain. And that's what they're seeing up here in Middle Tennessee, moving east. That's very, very heavy rain. You're looking at 2 inch per hour easy if it were to stay there an hour. It's not, but probably in the 3 range, to be honest. So still a lot of activity, guys, with regard to heavy showers. We're starting to see a reduction in the severe component. 2 tornado warnings, now 1 in Tennessee and 1 in North Alabama. So that's good. At one time we had 6. 6 at the same time. I sure will. Dragons want me to show Tuscaloosa, and I'll do that, man, down here by Birmingham. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right now. Here's Tuscaloosa. There you go, buddy. How's that? Tuscaloosa. Got some storms moving in the area from Mississippi. But the reason we haven't gone down there is because there's no severe components. We would see the severe component from way up here, like we see right here. See it? I'm watching for it right there. We've got two severe components, and I can see them from way up here. But yes, there is storms or storm activity down around the Tuscaloosa area, moving towards Birmingham. Right now, no severe, at least with regard to tornado or severe thunderstorm. These are just basic thunderstorms right now. Nothing of a high wind component or a large hail component. That doesn't mean there couldn't be pea-sized hail in here, of course. Heavy rain, yeah, of course. It's not going to last very long, though. A little bit of wind, sure, of course, but nothing tornadic, and I don't see any large hail. And I just learned something new again. Memphis. We have a Memphis. Okay, we got Memphis, Alabama. I didn't know that. So I learned something new, like I said, every time I come on here. Memphis, Alabama, and then straight north, I mean, almost as the crow flies, we have Memphis, Tennessee. Well, a little bit northwest. All right. But Tuscaloosa is in the middle of a little bit of heavy rain right now. Nothing too bad. There was a little bit of a severe component right there. See that? Watch. Just north of Holt, right there. Reaching up into the tall boy territory right there, north of Holt, but not in the Tuscaloosa area. Tuscaloosa is looking pretty good. Got one to the north and one to the south, but nothing severe. A little bit of heavy rain. Something that we've all have seen, and in fact, we've had some rain out here in the Arizona area this year. In fact, quite a bit. I think we're probably ahead on rain total for this year. I don't know for sure. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it an evening. Been tracking these storms for 2 hours now, and I got to go get something to drink. I'm out of water, and I'm in need of a drink of water. So before I go, still got a tornado warning that expires in 9 minutes. South of Huntsville, moving to the east. Let's see how fast it's going. Probably around 50 miles an hour. These storms, yeah, look at that. 55 miles an hour. Unreal. I mean, there's been a mixed bag of 60 mile an hour, 50, 40, 45. There's been a lot going on. Like I said earlier, we've got power poles down near Town Creek, flash flooding near Town Creek. So more than likely there's power outages in that area. And I would say there's power outages scattered throughout northern Alabama based off of what we've seen with regard to severe thunderstorms, and in middle Tennessee, probably north of Chattanooga. Power outages scattered throughout this area as well, as they were under, I think, 4 tornado warnings at one time. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to call it a day. If you guys are in these areas, be safe out there.